Lauren Rodych-Eberle is back with us this week. We always usually chat about parenting topics when chatting with Lauren. Lauren, as we said earlier this month, you are expecting your second child. So, congratulations on that once again.
Thank you.
And we want to talk about home birth because this is something that you chose with Collins. And is it something that you are going to do again with baby number two?
Yes, yes, that is our plan. So I always like to say home birth is plan A. And if it doesn't work out, then plan B is always a great option too. If you need to transfer to the hospital for any reason or you choose to, then that's okay too.
And why did you choose a home birth with Collins?
Okay, so I'll start off by giving my many disclaimers that this is just my story and my own choice. So I know we'll talk more about that, but everyone needs to choose what's best for them. They need to talk to their own healthcare providers because their healthcare providers will help determine if they're low risk. But for me, I knew I was a low risk pregnancy and home just felt like the safest place for me. I'm already, as you know, a pretty natural human and a natural mama. And I just wanted a way that I could know that I would have the least amount of interventions possible and have the most natural birth possible. So that is why I chose home birth. And also, I was blessed that I had seen two of my sister-in-laws, not a, sorry, not a home birth, but a birth center birth first, and then a home birth second. And so, because I had seen her give birth in that way, it was just such a beautiful experience. And it just confirmed that that was something that I definitely wanted.
Well, and obviously, Lauren, as you said, this was your choice and it isn't something for everybody, but where do you even start with research for this?
Yeah, well, I actually, when I was 18 years old, I got my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, to watch a documentary called The Business of Being Born with me. And that's actually a resource that you'll hear a lot of people that choose home birth talk about, kind of just that one little stepping stone to get you started. So that was what initially kicked off the thought process for me. And then come 11 years later, I finally got to have my home birth. But there are so many amazing resources. I share a lot of them again on my website. I just recently did a blog post called So You're Interested in Home Birth that shares a bunch of different resources. So I highly recommend people check that out because I think a lot of people think that home birth is only for really crunchy or hippie people or whatever term they want to call it. But there are a lot of books and podcasts and everything by doctors, by registered nurses, and then also by midwives or people that have experienced it. But there's a lot of people out there, like I said, doctors saying that I am at a hospital, but I can still tell you all the amazing benefits and about home birth and how you can choose if it's right for you.
Well, and as you said too, this is an option where if it's a low risk pregnancy and the hospital is still there as a backup, so it's not something that you want to plan, to be doing at a cabin in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, you want to do your research for this. So, as you were going along the way, Lauren, did you find that there was a lot of support, or were there a lot of people who were actually kind of questioning your idea?
Well, I guess I should also back up and say that midwives are incredible. So if you find a midwife that is the right fit for you or a midwife team, they come to your birth with so many things. So if you were to hemorrhage or if baby needed oxygen or any of those things, they have so much there. So people need to realize too that it's not like you're just at home and the end. There is a lot, a lot of really evidence-based care there ready to support you as well. But that made me forget your question. Oh, support,
Yes.
support from other people. So before my first home birth, I didn't tell a lot of people that we were having a home birth because you do get a lot of the what if questions. And even though we answered all the what if questions for ourselves as the people that were going to be at home having this birth, I just didn't want to field all those questions. But now going into the second birth, people know. So now people ask. But because I feel even more confident in our decision now, I'm happy to share it and answer all those questions. And I think people can see a bit more that it does come from a place of a lot of evidence and research and really deciding that it's the right decision for you. And it's not just kind of a whim of a decision, it's a very informed decision.
Will you allow Collins to be present at the birth, or have you talked about this yet?
Yes, that's actually something we're really excited about. I told you that we love reading books with her. We've got a lot of books about home birth or mamas having a home birth or how babies are born. And we've watched some natural home births with her or water births. So she knows a lot of the terms and she's seen it and she's really excited. She's even asked if she can catch the baby. So we won't be going that far, but anything that she decides she wants to be a part of, she can be a part of in the process.
Well, Lauren, you always have such great information on all of these parenting topics. And so I know you mentioned earlier that you did have a special article that you have done yourself, a blog on home birth. Do you have a place kind of where you've consolidated everything? So if people have questions, they can go to?
Yeah, so on my website, Rodych-Eberle.com, down in the blog section, they just can go to parenting, or there's a search engine up at the top, and they can just type in anything. They can type in home birth, and then they'll see any of the articles I have on home birth or anything like that. So the search engine is a great spot to look up anything they're interested in.
All right, Lauren. Well, thank you once again for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck when it comes to baby number two. I know you're going to be super busy over the next few weeks and months, so we'll probably chat with you again after you had the second child and see how things are going at that point.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Lauren.